Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. And there is so much going on. Let's start off first with the controversy over a single tweet. The SEC's account was compromised. I'm not going to say hacked. It's compromised. So what happened? The person that compromised or people that compromised that account must have been sitting on it for a while and said, we're going to use it at our best opportunity. And they chose Bitcoin spot ETFs. Smart, actually. But what I'm pissed off about is the fact that Twitter did an investigation, X did an investigation, and X found that, hey, you didn't have two-factor authentication turned on. What? Hold up. The SEC didn't have a standard security protocol in place for their X account. This is so funny. The only thing that makes it funnier is that Coinbase is currently dealing with legal issues with the SEC. Coinbase says, hey, you need some help with that? We'll help you with cybersecurity because we know what we're talking about. And the truth is, yeah, they do. So I find it funny that you have this government agency that is levying fines for all kinds of things, and they couldn't handle something as simple as two-factor authentication. I don't know about you, but I'm having a really hard time because that rocked the cryptoverse. Because as you can imagine, everything shot up for a little bit. And then after it shot up, no, that's not it. Everything dropped, but trades were done. So now you've got to figure out what happened because clearly somebody did that to manipulate the market. And I'm just wondering, I want to know who's getting fired. And I think you should start from the top because that's just asinine that you don't have two-factor authentication turned on for a government agency. So now I want to know, do all of the government agencies have two-factor authentication turned on? Gary, dust off your resume. Like seriously, dust off your resume. Because wow. One of the most impactful decisions and you fumbled the bag. It's not the brightest thing. Something else that's, kind of got me in a not great mood of overhearing it. European regulators are looking at the Microsoft deal with OpenAI. This happened a long time ago. $10 billion deal. This is last year, $10 billion deal. And I just want you to wash over this. Microsoft had invested in this company eons ago with $1 billion. Then they came back and said, you know what? We want to have some exclusivity. And okay, great. We'll pony up $10 billion. OpenAI was not the only company out there. They just happened to hit the market seemingly first with a very public, usable interface. I want to know where the antitrust is. Just where. I'm not a Microsoft fan. I'm just an investor. And looking at this, it just looks like the European regulators just want to waste time, waste money doing an investigation because where's the antitrust? Explain it to me. I'm having a hard time. Both companies were already in place. Other companies had opportunities to get in on OpenAI. Other companies and other people are involved with OpenAI. Just Microsoft said, we don't want our competitors messing around with this sandbox that we're already in. Mind you, AI has been around for years. This is just the more public version of it, or of that particular technology from OpenAI. So I'm having a hard time with that. And I bring it up because it's going to affect, because it could lead to another antitrust lawsuit against Microsoft and OpenAI. And that could affect people's profits because of stocks, right? Options, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be following that pretty closely for myself because I want to know, well, am I going to have to buy some puts? Just what are we talking about here? But that announcement really rubbed me the wrong way. Something that's got me thinking is SAG-AFTRA reached a deal with this company called Replica Studios to kind of regulate the AI use in that field, right? Acting, which opens the door to voice actors getting involved in AI generated content. That's actually huge. These people need to eat, right? And there's going to be a ton of content coming out there because of AI. Some of it's awesome, some of it is awful. So I'm going to be paying attention to that because it's a very big deal. A lot of content could wind up in the metaverse, playing games, all that kind of stuff. I just reported that, listen, because of AI, you're going to see characters that are basically have nothing to do with the story, but add to the story. You know what I mean? Have real lines, have something to say, and not just the same line over and over and over and over and over again. That's going to be interesting. That means they're going to hire voice actors, or could be hiring voice actors to actually do it. There's a lot going on there. So I'm very interested because I want to see how that plays out across the metaverse. Again, people think, oh, it's just gaming. It's not just gaming. It's not just gaming. Think about home tours being given by virtual real estate agents, things like that. I'm just saying, you have a lot more things that are going to be opening up. So remember when I was talking about jobs? This is what I'm talking about. Some jobs are going to go away and new jobs are going to come replace them in abundance. Cybersecurity is going to be huge. SEC, just saying, it's going to be a huge space. It's going to be a huge space because how are you going to tell what's a deep fake versus the run-of-the-mill hack or compromised account versus whatever fake news is out there versus reality? Fox News or Fox Corporation signed a deal with Polygon Labs to create Verify. Just think about this, to create Verify so that they could verify all of their content. Articles, images, videos, sound, all of it. They're like, we need something. So they did. They built it with Polygon. Interesting. Just when everybody thought, oh, Polygon's not doing anything, they're doing a lot. And I told you to pay attention. Polygon Labs is doing a lot, and that's going to affect Matic, soon to be Pole, right? Something else I'm paying attention to. Polygon's in the news again. About what? Well, Nomura is built their own tool, Libre, or Nomura is backing Libre, and because of that, Libre is, a tokenization platform. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, wow, that's huge. And it's not just Nomura. I think Hamilton Lane is involved. There's a lot going on there. And how was it built? Again, Polygon Labs. Polygon. Libre was built using the Polygon CDK. Wow. So I'm paying attention to that. I'm still paying attention to a star. Morgan, you heard me. I know you see me. So there's a lot going on in this space that you need to be paying attention to. Somebody made, $24 million, 24.6, something like that, $26.4 million in 2 days off of Bitcoin transactions. There's a lot going on. On a global scale, you have BitGo getting approval in Singapore. Again, the country is Singapore. Singapore is already a huge financial hub. And now they're becoming a huge crypto hub. They have rules, they have regulations, they have certifications, they have licensing. I'm sorry, it sounds like a pretty robust framework by which businesses can perform functions and apply and serve features and services to customers in a regulated robust framework or within that framework. I say it with that kind of tone because that's what we need here in the United States. That's what we need here. Instead, what do we have? We've got states running around rampantly, just doing whatever the hell they want to do willy-nilly. This state does this state does that, this state does this state does that. Meanwhile, the United States as a country is falling behind because countries like Singapore are saying, no, we're going to take a more holistic approach, more pragmatic and holistic approach. We know we're not going to fight this. We know it's coming. We know it's here. We know it's operable. How about we give them a solid framework? Is it going to be perfect? No, it's not going to be perfect. But can we start? Can we put a stake in the ground and get it moving? We can massage and polish and, make adjustments as we move forward. But let's move forward, because moving forward leads you to moving onward and upward. Dr. Brindle, that was my middle school principal. May he rest in peace. That was his saying, onward and upward. It's not enough that you move forward. You got to move onward and upward. That's what he taught us. So Sousa, stand up. It's my old junior high school. But yeah, there's a lot going on that you should be paying attention to because it's going to affect your money. Now, does that mean that the SEC is not going to have a decision today or tomorrow? No, I think they're still going to have a decision today or tomorrow. And I think with so much egg on their face, they're going to have to come out with a quickness. Because, wow, that was a big mistake. Anyway, you know what we should do? We should get into the numbers. That's what we should do. Da-da-da. Alrighty, no, we're going here. Pull that back. There you go. Let me put my notes away for now. Let's refresh this data because we want to see what's going on. Just look at these numbers. So on the downside, we go all the way down to about right there. Celestia is down 5%. Helium Mobile's down 5%. Okay, fine. That's not a big deal. But then you go up and you've got Ordinals down 6%. I don't know how I feel about Ordinals. I'm not investing, but I don't know how I feel about Ordinals. I have to give it some thought. I really don't follow Korg AI. I just like the number 111. It's kind of cool. And they're down 6%. Who else are we paying attention to? Anybody else? Star is down after being up a little bit, up a lot. They're down 8%. Anybody else I'm paying attention to? Psi is down 10%. Injective is down 10%. Stacks is down. Siacoin is down. I don't really pay attention to Siacoin again. Just the rank is 133, just like the number. But looking at these, being down 12, 10, 10 for Stacks, Injective, and Psi, respectively, that's huge profit taking. Stacks obviously being affected by what? Being affected by that fake news. Then, on the upside, you're almost to the same place. Going up the list, you've got, I don't pay attention to Ethereum Classic. Aave is up 7%. I don't pay attention to that one. Optimism is up 11%. Wow, Arbitrum, back to back. That's pretty cool. Up 12%. Bonk, something I don't play with, but I do pay attention to. You have to pay attention to anything that's operating with $1 billion plus market cap. Just saying. So there's Bonk at, that's Arbitrum, but Bonk is at almost $1 billion. So I pay attention to that because they've been bouncing back and forth. And they're up 14%. So some things are tradable, some things are investable. Just saying. And because it's a different mindset in my head for me. Lido up 19%. I'm telling you, DeFi is going to be the spot. It's going to be the spot. Don't even play. Scale is up. That's crazy. 20%. 20%. And look at that. It's up 20% and still 93% off its market high. That's pretty cool. That is actually pretty cool. We already went over the U.S. market stuff. Fear and greed index is at 73 after being at 76, which was extreme. I think we'll come back. I think this is going to slap us in the face a little bit, but we'll wind up coming back because I'm expecting some news today, tomorrow timeframe, obviously. Still at $71.862 billion in total value locked. And let's take a look at this. Look at that. Did you see that? Huge spike. Just about $48,000 right there. And then we came down. We were moving sideways a little bit, got that spike, got corrected, came back down to some kind of reality at 45,617. Again, I'm looking for us to maintain a number above 44,741. That's the number I'm paying attention to. If you're looking at things across the big board, you can tell that Bitcoin is still playing at the 45,624 level. That's pretty nice. Ethereum's up at 24. Now I'm saying they're talking about, well, there are Ethereum ETFs that could be coming, which would make sense. There are XRP ETFs that could be coming. Also kind of makes sense, but odd. That story that I was telling you about with regard to MicroStrategy. Now, somebody said, I think MicroStrategy could actually wind up going down. And you sit there and you think about it and you go, why would they go down? It was because MicroStrategy is being traded at a premium, right? Because of its Bitcoin holdings. I understand the thought process that this person has, that this trader has, but I don't agree with it. Here's why I don't agree with it. They think it can go down because they're trading at a premium. And then when everybody has access to Bitcoin spot ETFs, then, why would you trade MicroStrategy at a premium? It's because they're already sitting on a stockpile and that number is going to go up. That's why. That's why you're going to do it. You're paying. It's sort of like paying for, a brain surgeon. And it only takes them 20 minutes to do whatever it is they're going to do. You're not paying by the hour. You're paying for all that years of experience and knowledge and all that stuff and education. MicroStrategy proved that, hey, look, listen, just stick with us. We're going to get this right. And they have. They've been proven right time and time again. That's why you're trading them at a premium. That Bitcoin value that they're holding on to is just going to go up. And that's going to enable them to do whatever they want with their little software company, who is in every single bank that you can think of, almost every single financial institution that you can think of. Everybody's got something from MicroStrategy. I'm just saying. Pay attention to these things. Anyway, this is Eddie J on Crypto for Grow My Bag TV. Again, I really love hearing from you guys. I love the conversations that were happening. Just do me a favor. I'd like to start having those conversations on board on growmybag.tv. Also, yes, we are working on speeding everything up and getting everything over there. But I also want you to enjoy all of the articles that we're putting out over there. And yes, we are going to be, we are working on that TV portion that I keep telling you about. So if you're a creator and you've got good content, drop me a note. Sign up and drop me a note. Let's have a conversation because we're doing big things over here. Anyway, I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.